Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Today I'm going to tell you how to stay motivated forever. What is the magic trick to that? How do you stay motivated forever? What inspires you every day to drag your butt out of bed and make things happen? What is the magic trick to that? Is there such a thing? I believe so. So, as a motivational speaker, my job is to get thousands of people in the audience inspired, doing the fist bump, yeah, we can do it, and then have them going from completely down the dumps, like, oh, we just had a layoff, it's horrible, to, we can do it. Isn't that crazy? Just by one hour speech, I've seen people go away like totally pumped, like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe what I thought was impossible. After seeing and hearing what you're saying, I now can see that I can do that. Because if you're some skinny dude who can drag a refrigerator halfway across the continent, certainly I can do this. Yeah, that's part of motivation. That's external feeding you to get you going. But how do you continuously stay motivated for your entire life? So that's what we're talking about in this episode. I do a couple of different things for work. One, obviously, I'm a motivational speaker. Two, I love polar explorations. I've been to the Arctic, been to the Antarctic, been to the South Pole. I'm planning a Greenland crossing next year to ski across the polar ice cap of Greenland. Yes! Dr. Terry, you are the man! In fact, I need to make a note about that because book. By the way, I have a new book out. It is called Adventure Expedition 1. How to do, plan, execute, and come back from your first expedition. That's part of motivation, people. Now, how does that tie in? Let me tell you. What do you do for your daily job? What totally inspires you? What makes it happen for you? What do you get out of bed and like, yeah, I got to do this? Wait a minute. Do you get out of bed? Yeah, I got to do this? Or do you get out of bed, dear Lord, where's my coffee? I can't handle this anymore. What do you do with your life, with your time, and with your daily that you spend at least 8 hours doing? 9, 10, 12, depending on who you are? That is a question I have to ask you. So, like I said, I'm a polar explorer. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an author. I write books. I have a new book coming out. It's not this book. This is my older book, Lost at Windy Corner. If you want to learn what it's like to be alone on Denali and almost walk off a cliff and perish, this is a great book. But I do that. I am involved in a publishing company, Sestrugi Press. I travel. I make these videos. I make the World Beyond show. I do all these things. Now, I'm not saying this to impress you like, wow, this guy's like, who the freak cares? No. What do you do that you love to do that gets you out of bed and you don't think, I just should lay here for another bit? Instead, it says, hey, I got to get out of bed because I want to do what I want to do. Now, that could be watching NASCAR, going fishing. What else could you do? Sitting and watching TV. Ugh. But there's an infinite list of things for the 7 billion people on the planet there are. Something like that. 6, 7, whatever it is. That do. You absolutely must answer this one singular question. What do you want to do with your life? Are you kidding me? That's all it is? Hang on. Do not hit stop yet. Think about this in the grander scheme, in the bigger picture, if you will. You only have so many squares to check off of life per week. And then when you get to whatever age you're going to get to, barring disease, accident, or some catastrophic thing happening to you, you're going to die. Chances are, if you live long enough, average age is 68 for men or something like that, chances are you're not going to be working those last few years. Or like my grandfather, he retired, oh gosh, 28 years ago. No, wait, it's pushing 30 years. He's 91. He retired in his 60s. He's got like 30 years. I mean, biologically, at least, hopefully based on him, I could live into like my 90s. Now, the problem is he's really getting slow. I really am. Not quite the walker, but he should use his cane. He needs his hearing aids. Memory's not that great, but he's still kicking. What did he do all that time? And I've asked him, did you really love your job as a controller at the Word Hotel in Jackson? I think so. He talked about it. It was his passion. He really got a thrill out of it. My Aunt Nancy, oh geez, if ever there was somebody who was so thrilled to do accounting, I don't know how she does it. I can't stand my accounting. I have to do it to stay in business. But does getting up and doing accounting make me excited? No, but it makes her excited. And that's the only thing that matters. So what in your life just makes you like, gosh, dang, I totally wish I could do this all the time. Now, watching NASCAR, watching TV in general, or just diddling around, that doesn't count. Because could you make potential income watching NASCAR? No. Can you make income watching sitcoms? No. Watching movies? Well, there are Siskel and Ebert, but probably not. But what are the things you like to do physically? Whether you work on your computers, you do financials, you do whatever, you gotta answer that. You have to answer that question. So I just watched a movie, Merry Friggin' Christmas, starring, just brain short out, Williams, yeah, Williams. And he was the old grouch, the Vietnam veteran. I'm not giving anything away in the movie, but he like had a terrible life, and he wrecked his kid's life, and so his kid became everything his dad wanted, and it was like, what should I do? What would my dad do? Whatever my dad do, I do the exact opposite. Hang on, I'm getting to the point. I would do the exact opposite, and that's what I would do. But he finally admitted, even though he's got this gorgeous house, beautiful wife, 2 kids, Beamer, all that stuff, he said, Dad, I hate my job. I hate waking up every morning and going to work. And even though I'm a hedge fund manager and I'm making a mountain of money, I hate it. Isn't that horrible? Think about that. 1/3 of your life, at least, you're going to spend working, give or take, if you have a high-powered job. Maybe, let's see, well, yeah, whatever it is, at least 40 hours a week. But Monday through Friday, or depending on your schedule, do you hate your life doing that? Because that hatred can get in your head and warp it out like Gumby, and you turn into an evil monster for your spouse and your kids, or your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever. You actually can become a monster if you don't do what you like to do. You're going to hate your life. It's going to make you miserable. You're going to be a miserable person to your family, and life's just going to go down the crapper, and you don't want to do that. I'm telling you right now, all the most inspirational movies and stories and everything are all about pursuing your passion. Now, my girlfriend, she loves to knit. Like, how can you make money knitting? She's actually starting to get there. We're starting to figure that out. Is it easy? No. Is it a lot of work? Darn straight, it is a lot of work. But when you follow your passion, chances are you can start to earn an income on it. So if you're making like $600,000 or $1 million a year, and you're a hedge fund manager, but you hate your job, are you going to be able to switch over to become a fishing guide and make that kind of money? No, it ain't gonna happen. No matter how much your fishing guide makes you, it ain't gonna happen. But could you own a guiding company that has a bunch of employees that makes that kind of money? Potentially. But let's say, man, I just can't stand this anymore. I want to be a fishing guide. You got to talk to the people in your life and say, what's really important? This huge humongo house, all of our niceties, or being happier and motivated every day of your life to do that? Think about that. When you get to your 70s and, man, I hated that job for 30 years. that means you hated almost 1/3 of your life, because the other third you spend sleeping, and then the final third you hopefully spent with your family and loved ones. So just think about that. In order to totally stay motivated for your entire life, and what is the trick to it? You absolutely must pursue your passion. And that means chances are you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Some huge potential sacrifices. But in the end, like when I left my 6-figure job, and I don't care, I'm proud that I said that. I just, I was able to advance that far in engineering, but I went to go to Antarctica. I didn't buy a Corvette for my midlife crisis, and I totally burnt, because even though I liked engineering, just the places I was working, the people I was working with, I mean, some were great, or actually many were great, but some were, ooh. And I wasn't happy what I was doing anymore. So, am I happy doing what I do now? Polar exploration, traveling, making shows, filming. Even if I didn't need to make the money, I would still travel, I would still do shows, I would still write books, because I love doing it. And I am so much happier. The last time I got like that pinched nerve thing in my neck, I can't even remember. That routinely happened like every couple weeks when I was doing engineering. Oh, yeah. And then I started getting chest pains and these weird teeth aches, and I started getting like bad cavities. Yeah, what's that chest pain? And then that, thank God I didn't develop the cancer, but stress causes that. You get my idea here? When you do the passionate things that you love doing, that will keep you motivated for the entire rest of your life. Are you going to make sacrifices and changes, and hopefully it doesn't ruin your marriage or your relationships or whatever? But you won't be a miserable SOB. And that is probably more important than anything, because you can say, "Dear God, thank you very much for all the things you've given me, and I appreciate and love everything I have. And thank you for helping me pursue the passion that you gave me," whatever it is. You might have to work on it really hard. If you just love playing video games, I have a help for you on that one. Good luck with that. So that's how you stay motivated for your entire life, and that is the trick. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer, motivational speaker, and I love what I do. Please like and comment on my videos. Subscribe to the channel below. Hit the button. Please support me on PayPal, Venmo, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.